Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 3-Day 101. I'm Coach Susan, and I'm the coach for Denver.
And I'm Coach Ann, the coach for New England.
We're so excited to start you off on your 3-day journey. Thank you for being here. It means a lot that you're taking time out of your day to spend it with us. First things first, remember your meeting etiquette. Keep yourself on mute and turn off your video as needed. You can manage both in the control panel at the upper right of your screen. We are recording this meeting and we'll share it on Facebook tomorrow. This meeting is broken into 3 sections with about 5 minutes for questions after each section. If your questions don't get answered then, feel free to drop it in the chat to be addressed by our other wonderful coaches on the call. We have Coach Heather, our Dallas-Fort Worth coach, and Coach Stacy, our San Diego coach. You can always email your coach afterwards to follow up. Our contact information will be provided at the end of the hour. Our goal for the meeting is to give you enough information and inspiration to register for the 3-day, or if you're already registered, to give you all the basic information to jumpstart your fundraising and training. Now, let's do a poll. Let's see who is already registered. Raise your digital hand. You can use the little raise hand button or hit the react button. If you are if you're currently registered 1, 2, or 3-day walker. Awesome. How many of you are brand new first-time walkers? If you had your hand raised, just click the button. Now, our first-time walkers, love it, love it, incredible.
So fun. Well, you came to the right place. That's why it's called the 101. Here we go. We will be sharing a lot of information with you on this call. Feel free to take notes or screenshots, but as Coach Susan said, the recording will be shared on our Facebook pages and via email, so you can reference it later and share it with your friends and teammates. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Welcome to our 3-day family. You've officially entered what we lovingly call the pink bubble, and we are so excited you're here. Your time here is going to be like nothing you've ever experienced before. You'll meet incredible people, hear moving stories, and you'll accomplish something you'll be really proud of. It won't always be easy, but we're here as a community to support you through this exciting challenge so that you get the most out of it.
This is my first time experiencing the 3-day. I'm excited and I'm nervous, so I know how a lot of you feel. But I also know there are incredible resources to help all of us meet our fundraising and training goals. Our events take place in 4 different cities, and you'll be staying in a hotel if you're walking in Denver, New England, or Dallas-Fort Worth, and you'll be camping if you're walking in San Diego. There will be a hotel option in San Diego, and we'll talk about that more later. No matter where you sleep, whether it's in a hotel room or a tent, please know we lovingly call our home base camp.
On Friday morning, we'll begin our journey with an inspirational opening ceremony, and then we all head out on the route. Along the way, there will be pit stops and grab and goes where you can stop, stretch, go to the bathroom,
Porta potties,
and refill your bottle with ice, water, or sports drinks, and be served some yummy snacks. Medical support will be available for you as well. A delicious lunch will be served midway through your day. And here's one of the best things. People cheer for you all along the way. It's not a race. It's more like a celebration with lots of laughter, tears, support, and joy. If you get injured, are tired, or just need a break from walking, sweet vans along the route can pick you up and take you to the next pit stop where you can get medical attention if you need it.
And I have heard so much about the sweet vans. I've heard the drivers really go out with fun themes, goodies, and treats, and I can't wait. After completing your 20 miles for the day, the route will end back at camp where you'll be served dinner, get to shower, join us for fun evening activities, including massage chairs. You don't have to worry about bringing any of your luggage with you on the route since you'll be sleeping in the same place every night. Saturday morning, we'll have a hearty breakfast before heading out to explore a new part of the city. This day will include pit stops, water and snack stations, medical support, sweet vans, lunch at the halfway point, and ends back at camp with dinner and evening fun once again. One thing I'm really looking forward to on Saturday night is the honor ceremony, where we all come together to remember those we walk for. It's an incredibly powerful reminder of the impact we make and why we do what we do.
Sunday morning, for one last time, you'll join us for breakfast, drop your luggage with us for safekeeping, and head out on the route. This is always the most difficult day for me, not because I'm tired or have blisters, but because the event is nearly over and I never want it to end. Our amazing 3-day journey culminates with our finish line festival and closing ceremony. You'll receive your victory shirt and your Bank of America finisher's medal. They're both really cute. Then gather together to celebrate, revel in all our accomplishments, and honor our survivors and those living with metastatic breast cancer. You'll be joined by friends and family, those who cheered for you along the way, our fabulous crew, and all the participants who walked alongside you throughout this journey. It's really quite incredible.
And your excitement is contagious. I am so excited, and I hope everyone else is getting excited too. Now, I know some of you will be doing this with loved ones walking with you, and some but me may be embarking on this journey all your own. But trust me, you won't be alone. Regardless of how you do the 3-day, we promise a fulfilling, connecting experience where you feel immersed in this community. You can participate in the 3-day by joining a team or walking solo. Let us know if you already joined a team by dropping your team's name in the chat. Please tell me your team name has some funny pun having to do with why we're all here. Any team names?
We'll give you a minute to type your team name in the chat if you want to share that.
And if you're walking solo, type your home location, and we'll see if we can make a connection tonight with people from all over the country.
Oh, there you go.
There we
go,
go.
Coach Susan.
There's my...
Say that one fast 3 times.
Uh-huh. Love it. Love it. All right. Well, we're going to take a moment here to talk a little bit more about teams. Many people join a team to experience accountability in training and fundraising, to host fundraising events together, and to have a group to celebrate with at the event. You can start your own team by recruiting your friends and family, or you can join an existing team. Team members participate together. However, everyone must meet their own fundraising requirement. If you're not walking on a team, no problem. There'll be plenty of other solo walkers just like you. Moments of solitude and time spent by yourself on the walk can be incredibly meaningful. If you don't want to walk alone, there will be a flag at opening ceremony and at lunch where you can meet up with other solo walkers. You'll also have plenty of opportunities to talk with other walkers along the route. No one ever truly walks alone on the 3-day, and one of the most magical parts of the event is the connections you'll make.
Well, it's time to talk about what to bring. As we've said, we do our best to take care of you along the route by providing snacks, food, bathrooms, and breaks. However, you'll want to carry a few things with you when you're walking. Most walkers choose to carry a backpack or a waist pack to bring the essentials. You will need to bring your own wide-mouth water bottle and may choose to carry a rain poncho, sunglasses, your wallet, and anything you personally need to get you through each day's journey. If you take a look at your screen, you'll see we each carry different packs and something a little different in each of our bags. I always bring an extra pair of socks packed in a Ziploc bag. And even though I've only needed them once in 17 events, I was thrilled to have them the one year we got drenched on the morning of day 1.
I always have sunscreen and chapstick. It's really easy to get sunburned at Denver's higher elevation, and the air is really dry, so moisturizer and lip balm are essential.
And if you have any special circumstances, medical needs, or dietary restrictions, please email your coach.
Real quick, we have a question from Carla, who I just spoke to earlier today. Carla, it looks like you're not seeing the presentation.
Correct. It just says can't display.
Oh.
I thought maybe there was nothing. Okay.
No, we have a lovely presentation, and Anne worked really hard to build to show everyone.
Right. I'll just watch the playback and see if I can see it there.
Okay. Stacy's question, can everyone else see the screen presentation? Okay. Carla, the other option would be to leave the call and try to get back on and see if that connects it.
Okay.
Or just hang tight and I'll send you the presentation tomorrow.
Okay.
You might also want to check your settings and see if you have cookies enabled. Those things might also help you see it.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about hotel logistics. In Denver, England, New England, or England, we might expand someday. In Denver, New England, and Dallas-Fort Worth, 3-day walkers and crew will be provided with a free hotel room on Friday and Saturday nights, with another 3-day participant as your roommate if you are a 3-day walker or crew member. 2-day walkers will have a free Saturday night stay, rooming with another 2-day participant, and 1-day walkers do not receive a hotel room and will join us on event on Sunday morning. 2-day and 1-day walkers can make hotel arrangements at the Komen rate for any additional nights. Around 6 weeks before your event, you can choose your roommate, or we'll assign you a random roommate. If you do not wish to room with another 3-day or 2-day participant, or you want to stay at a different hotel, you will be responsible for that cost. Lodging is only covered if you are rooming at our host hotel with another 3-day or 2-day participant. You can also stay at the hotel on Thursday and or Sunday night using our group rate. Please note, though, you will be responsible for the cost of those additional nights and for making your own reservations for those nights when our reservation system opens.
In San Diego, on the other hand, we camp outside. We'll provide you with your own cute little pink tent to sleep in under the stars. And having done that, it is a beautiful 3-day experience. You will be responsible for bringing your own sleeping bag. Should you choose not to sleep outside, hotel reservations will be available at one of our host hotels. However, please note that all hotel nights in San Diego are at your own cost, and host hotels will be announced as the event draws nearer. Now, we know this is a lot of information, and we certainly don't expect you to remember it all. As your coaches, we'll be here to support you every step of the way. We now have 5 minutes for questions about this section. Please use the raise hand function on Teams by clicking on the hand icon at the top center of your screen, and we'll call on you to come off mute. If you're unable to do that, please post your question in the chat or wait till the other questions are answered and come off mute. So let's go. Let's see what we've got going on here for questions.
I see that Maribel has her hand up.
All right, Maribel, what's your question?
I think Maribel and our other participant, DM, may have had their hands raised since we did our little poll. So I'm thinking you should be good to go, starting with when do reservations open and how much is your hotel rate?
As the event draws nearer, you will be getting an email with all of the instructions as to how to proceed with online check-in. And that's when you will be able to make your shoulder night or your additional night reservations. Every hotel has different rates for those shoulder nights. And that also will come to you in an email as your event gets closer. Look for it around 6 weeks-ish outside of your event. Okay, so kind of keep an eye on it. And please, one of the biggest tips we have is open all the emails. We know we send you a lot of them, but be sure you open them because that is how you're going to be receiving all of your information about the 3-day.
So I do know, because Denver is the earliest event, our online check-in is scheduled to open on May 8th.
And again, keep your eyes peeled for emails, and everything's going to be explained to you, how the system works and how your additional night reservation system works as well. Does that answer your question? Did we answer your question?
Yeah. Karen W asks, can you stay longer? Yes, I believe each hotel is blocked for a week, the before and after, or the Monday through the Sunday.
No, I would say you can stay on Thursday or Sunday night. You can stay as long as you want, but your special rate will be on Thursday or Sunday night.
And again, that'll be all communicated with you. And we do, please, we ask, don't call the hotels now and start to make reservations because you won't get the Komen rate. There are blocks of rooms already set aside for the event. So we know you're excited and we totally love that excitement, but sit tight and wait until the information comes to you in an email. And you will definitely be fine and you'll definitely be able to get your hotel rooms.
Erica asks, can you share where the start area is? And she's walking in New England.
The beginning of the route is in New England, in all the cities that have hotels. You start leaving from the hotel and you return to the hotel. The second day you leave from the hotel again, a different route, come back to the hotel. In San Diego, you leave from camp. Coach Stacy, want to jump in? Crown Point Shores is right, Coach Stacy?
Well, yes. So on Friday, we begin at our opening ceremony location, which is the Del Mar Fairgrounds. And then Saturday and Sunday, we begin at camp, which is about 20 miles south of the fairgrounds at Crown Point Shores. And then we finish a whole different place in downtown San Diego.
Thanks, Coach Stacy. Okay, we have time
Denver's hotel is the Sheraton Denver downtown, and we start and end there each day.
Yep. La Quencia, you have a question? Do you want to come off mute and ask your question? Thank you for being so patient. Not sure if you, I think that's a new hand raise.
Yeah, I don't know where she went. Oh, there she is.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe LaQuencia, can you come off mute? Do you have a question? All right, well, if we didn't answer it, go ahead and put it in the chat, or we can then grab you on the flip side when we get to our next question section. And sorry, go ahead, Coach.
Caught up in the chat. Yes.
Say it again.
We're all caught up in the chat right now.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All righty, amazing. Well, here we go. Carla, did you want to jump in real quick?
I see that we're caught up in the chat, but I don't know who's answering these questions and if these are your answers is my point. Like you and I talked earlier about hotel nights and fundraising and all of that. So did different rules apply to this Northeast group versus?
Sorry, Stacy is our San Diego coach. So Stacy Ruse responds and Heather Snyder is our Dallas coach. So those are our other coaches responding to the answers. And then we also have some great, like I said, returning walkers who are chiming in with their experience, which is really so helpful.
Okay, so those rules apply to those walks, but not necessarily mine in Denver.
Which rules?
Well, like she's saying, the shoulder night of Thursday might be covered if you get a certain fundraising goal, and then somebody responds, yes, if you raise $5,000, then yes, that's taken care of. Does that apply to all walks, or is that only certain ones? That's nothing I've seen with regard to Denver.
Yep, that applies to all cities.
Yeah.
Carla, if you raise $5,000, your Thursday night will be covered. In addition to the Friday and Saturday nights that 3-day walkers receive.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, of course, thank you. We love the questions. Okie dokie. We're going to talk about fundraising and training, these very important aspects of our event. We're going to share some information about these things with you in this next section. And over the next few months, you'll be preparing for the event through both fundraising and training. And we know these things can seem daunting, but we have tips and tools to support you along the way, starting with us, your coaches.
Anne, as our New England coach and longtime 3-day walker, tell us how a coach can help.
Well, we are your supporters, your mentors, your cheerleaders, your go-to for all things 3-day. You can reach us by phone or email with questions about training. If you want to brainstorm fundraising ideas, need help personalizing your fundraising page, whatever the case may be, we're here to help you. There's no such thing as a silly question. And remember, all of us have been in your shoes. Check out your coach on the slide and send an email to say hello. You can also get in touch with us through our Facebook group pages, which are great for general support. For more specific or personalized questions, please give us a call or send us an email. And Coach Heather's now going to drop our contact information into the chat. And if you're part of a team, your team captain is a great resource for you. So make sure you check in with them for advice and team-specific information. Whether you're on a team or walking solo, every single participant who registers for the 3-day is assigned a personal coach. We're here for you.
Sorry, I think my camera is having problems. Can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay. In addition to your personal coaches, we have great tech tools to help you achieve your goals. The first is the Online Participant Center. Find yours by logging in at the3day.org. Everything you need to know lives here, so let's look at how to navigate within your participant center. This is your homepage and what you see when you first log in. Here you will find your fundraising progress, your coach's name and contact information, and next steps. You will also find announcements, links, and fundraising tips. The great thing about your personal fundraising page is you can personalize it by sharing your why and adding a photo. This will help your donors understand your reasons for walking. You can create an easy to remember personal fundraising URL. For example, Coach Ann's is, Stephanie, go back one slide. There we go. You can see in the black circle, it takes it from this crazy URL gobbledygook to the3day.org/go-to/Ann Vondriska. It helps your donors recognize that it's a legitimate URL and not some weird internet scam coming through. Coach Heather will drop a link to the Participant Center how-to in the chat. Click on the website FAQ section and bookmark this to help you set up your personal page. As always, you can reach out to us, your coaches, if you need additional support. Another great tool in the Participant Center gives you the ability to compose and send emails with a direct link to your fundraising page. We include a variety of templates and graphics to help you begin your fundraising journey.
Now let's dive a little deeper into that scary topic, fundraising, and hopefully make it a little less scary for you. Ending breast cancer is a big goal, and fundraising is needed to support Susan G. Komen's 360-degree approach to take action, drive research, provide care, and unify community. Making this commitment and taking on walking all those miles gives you the reason and the platform to ask for donations. Last year, I walked for the 17th time, while this is Susan's first time. No matter where you fit into the timeline of the 3-day, know that you're walking in the footsteps of the more than 500,000 people who have walked before you and walked in honor or in memory of someone, just like you. That's a lot of people, and they all trained and fundraised just like you.
I know that I can do this, and you can do this, and we will all be right here to support you the whole way.
Every participation type has its own fundraising minimum. $2,300 for 3-day walkers, $1,800 for 2-day walkers, and $750 for 1-day walkers. These numbers may seem intimidating, but we're about to dive into how you can get there.
Some tools available to you include the Participant Center we just talked about. You can access fundraising tools, including templates, infographics, and everything you need to get started. As donations roll in, you'll be able to track your progress, thank your donors, and make sure you're on track to reach your goal. I'm sure you've seen plenty of Facebook fundraisers by now. It seems like everyone is raising money on social media. You can set one up for the 3-day through your Participant Center, not directly through Facebook. Personalize your message, post pictures, and share your training journey. You may be surprised who donates when you share your fundraiser on Facebook. To fundraise on Instagram, you can share your Facebook fundraiser or your Participant Center URL in your bio. Additionally, I encourage you to download the 3-day app. With the app, you can check your fundraising progress, send texts, and even upload check donations just by taking a picture of them. It's basically like taking your participant center on the go. Be sure to have push notifications enabled so you won't miss out on timely updates from your 3-day team. Our Facebook groups are also a great place to find fundraising inspiration. Ask fellow participants what's worked for them in the past, or check out cool fundraising ideas that others share in the group. And of course, you can always reach out to your 3-day coaches. We are here to make sure you're successful with your fundraising, and we're always happy to help. Anne, in your 17 years of 3-day experience, what's your favorite fundraising tip? If you've used any of the methods I've listed, have any surprised you?
You know, the biggest thing that surprised me is a lot of times if you ask, people will give. Most of the time, I was having my oil changed in my car, and my mechanics saw my pink hair and said, you know, what's going on? And I told him about the 3-day, and the next thing I knew, I had a $100 donation from my mechanics. My dentist has donated because I've told them about it. Our veterinarian has donated. So it's really just ask everyone you know. And I never, even after all these events, I never cease to be amazed and humbled by people's generosity. And so on that note, I'm going to share a few more tips with you. Like I said, get personal. When I felt brave enough to share my story, I was humbled by how many people it resonated with. It helped them understand why I committed to the 3-day and gave them a chance to support the cause.
I love it, Anne. Another important tip is to reach out to everyone, and we mean everyone. You may be surprised by who takes the opportunity to make a difference. Whether it's an old Facebook friend, your hairdresser, your neighbor, or your best friend, give everyone the chance to donate. The number one reason people don't donate is because they aren't asked. Or to say it another way, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. My personal favorite tip is ask often and follow up. Don't be shy about reminding your donors. It can feel really awkward to ask people for money, and if they don't give the first time, you may feel discouraged. I've been there. But just because someone doesn't donate right away doesn't mean they don't want to. Following up is the key to your success. You'll receive more donations from your follow-ups than your initial ask. People get busy, lose the email or text, or just plain forget. They'll appreciate the reminder when they get another chance to make an impact.
Something I like to do is ask for a specific amount when asking for donations. For example, on my 67th birthday, I asked for $67 donations. When I celebrated 17 years of survivorship, I asked for donations in multiples of 17. The most frequent donation size you will receive is the one you ask for. And don't be afraid to make it meaningful. Remember, no one will ever give more than they're comfortable giving. Another important tip is to keep your donors included on your journey. Ask who in their life has been impacted by a breast cancer diagnosis. So you can write their name on a shirt, a ribbon, or a banner to carry along with you on the route. This can help your donors connect to the purpose, and it shows them that you care about their personal story. Lastly, share your gratitude with your donors. You couldn't do this journey without their support. Thank them for their contribution and keep them updated while at the event so they can be reminded of the life-changing impacts they're making. When I receive a donation, I immediately send an email from my participant center. This year, I followed up with a post-event postcard that had the statistics from the event with how much we collectively raised and photos of my daughter and I on event. Susan, what will you do?
I will text my donors immediately upon receiving a donation, and then I'll send out handwritten cards to each of them after the event with a recap of my experience. If someone donates via my Facebook fundraiser, I'll give a shout out to them on Facebook, which encourages everyone that they too can donate via Facebook. Finally, our number one tip for fundraising, get started now. We know that kicking off your fundraising can feel intimidating, awkward, maybe even a little silly, but we're here to support you, and we know how good it will feel to get that first donation in and get your momentum going.
I'll bet you're wondering when you have to have your fundraising complete. What's the deadline? There are a few steps to finalizing your event participation, and I promise you all the information you need to know, including dates and deadlines, will be communicated to you via email. So, oh my goodness, that's a lot. Let's take a deep breath, stretch it out. Give me a wave if you want to. And we will dive into the training portion. Excuse me, a little tickle. 1 second. Just at the right time. This is my favorite section. I love talking training. For many of us, walking 20 miles a day isn't a regular part of our routine. And the only person I've ever met on a 3-day who never trained because she didn't need to was a mail carrier. No lie. For the rest of us, training will help ramp us up and get us prepared to walk all those miles. Here's how to get started. In the Participant Center, you can download a training program based on your participant type and city. We have a 24-week training plan and a 16-week training plan. You can find them by using the link Coach Heather is dropping in the chat. My first year walking, I followed the 24-week training plan to a T. Now, as well prepared for the event as I was that year, you honestly don't have to walk every single mile in the schedule to successfully train for the event. It's important to use it as a guideline and to fit it into your own life. Just take it week by week and get the miles in when you can.
I have a funny story from my trip to Montana last week. We did a college tour with my son, and I did not realize that it was actually a training walk because I got almost 9 miles of walking in that day, over curbs, upstairs, in and out of doorways. I thought that was amazing. We might have to go tour some more local colleges just to get that walk in. In addition to training on your own, participants just like you volunteer to host training walks that are posted on a calendar within your participant center. This is a wonderful way to connect with the 3-day community before the event. In fact, if you are walking in Denver or you live in Denver and you're walking somewhere else, I'm hosting a training walk around Sloan's Lake in downtown Denver a week from Saturday, April 5th at 10 a.m. So if you are walking in Denver or you live in Denver, be sure to check that out and come join me because it'll be a lot of fun. You can also use your city Facebook group to find a friend to walk with who lives near you. You can search for training walks in your participant center. These are group walks organized by one of your fellow participants or your coach. These walks are an excellent way to connect and start to build community before the event. Simply put your zip code, your radius, and the dates you're looking to train, and the information will populate.
Get to know your gear. I love talking about gear as much as I love talking about training. Pro tip, you don't want to walk the event in a brand new pair of shoes or a brand new anything for that matter. Train in the shoes, socks, and clothing you plan to walk in. Carry your water bottle, backpack, or waist pack with you to get used to it. My first year, even though I walked 585 miles training, I didn't train with my full waist pack, and I finished the event with bruises on my hips. The most important thing is to get out there and start walking. The more opportunities you have to train, the better prepared you'll be. Ramp up your mileage in a safe and comfortable way and incorporate long back-to-back walks as the event gets closer.
This sounds like a lot right now, Anne. I'm not going to lie. But I know that we're here to have fun and take in the experience. Fundraising and training may be hard sometimes, but once we're at the event, we'll recognize the value of the hard work we've put in. I'm pretty sure you guys have promised me, and I'm internalizing it. It will be worth it. We're going to open up again for 5 more minutes of questions. Raise your digital hand or drop it in the chat and we will call on you.
Erica.
Hi. I was wondering if you're allowed to walk with walking poles or walking sticks.
Say it again. Walking sticks? Like as if
poles,
yes.
Walking sticks. Yeah.
Yes. People do use those, Erica. That's a great question. Carrie.
Hi, sorry, it took me a second to get my mic to work.
That's okay.
So this is going to be my first time walking and I'm super excited, but is there any particular gear that you recommend that best holds all of the stuff without being too much weight? And you know, in New England in August, it's going to be really hot and muggy. So, is there any, just what are your recommendations?
So that's a great question. And you know what, Carrie? One size does not fit all. So our best recommendation as coaches is, Carrie, have you joined the New England Facebook group?
I honestly don't know. I will have to check.
Okay, so once you do that, Carrie, go ahead and post your question there. And
Okay.
I guarantee you will get, if 10 people answer, you'll probably get 10 different recommendations. And the biggest thing is, this is perfect. It's a perfect question, Carrie, because this is when you should be pulling out all those things, trying them, purchasing something that you could possibly return if it doesn't work for you, wear it for 5 miles or whatever. And this is the perfect time for you to really try out all that gear. Throw the question in the Facebook city groups, and I promise you'll get lots of answers.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Great question, Carrie. Thank you.
And I did bring a couple examples because last time I was trying to explain what this was and I couldn't. So I had my kiddo bring these down. This is a really lightweight backpack that I have, and it has a pocket for a camelback. And not everyone likes a camelback, but if I don't have the tube right in my face, I won't remember to drink water. But I have this other waist pack that I'm trying to decide. I like that it's really padded back here. And it also holds a camelback, but then you have the tube like all weird. So I know that my personal goal over the next couple months is to do walks with both of these and figure out like, okay, this one seemed good in theory, but actually this is not working. And this one bounces weird, so I'm not going to wear it. So testing it all out far in advance. And maybe neither one of those works. I know Coach Heather likes to use a sling bag, and some people just carry their water bottles in their hands. So it's a very personal choice.
For sure. Yep. All really good points. Thank you. Diane. I'm so sorry. Dan, do you want to come off mute?
Yeah, I'm off mute.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Great, thank you. For some reason, the chat's not working for me, so I couldn't put my question in there.
It's
Just
great.
let me do anything.
We can hear your voice then. Thank you.
Great. So I just wanted to clarify, you were talking about the training walks. I went on the app to look. Is it not on the app and just in the website participant center to find the training walks?
Yep. Go on the website in your participant center, and you'll find it there. Yes.
Okay.
That's a really great question. I bet that happened to other people too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Erica.
Hello, I have another question.
Of course.
Is there going to be, I'm doing the San Diego first time. Is there going to be a route map posted soon?
Well,
okay.
It won't.
And then
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
We'll answer that first. A journey map will be posted, Erica. It won't be soon. If you email Coach Stacy, she can go ahead and share last year's journey map with you. And so at least you can get an idea of where you walked last year. But the official journey map won't be released until closer to the event.
Sounds good. I'll do that. And then the second part of the question is, will the journey map include like different terrains that we may be walking on throughout that time as well? And if there's stairs or if there's hills or whatever?
There will be elevation shown when we're training. Coach Stacy, I see you came off camera. Go ahead. I'll let you hit it.
I was just going to put in, not just for San Diego, but for all of the events. It's just a good idea to train on different kinds of terrain. Most of our routes will be on cement sidewalk. So that is the least forgiving surface of all. Train a lot on cement sidewalk. We may have some asphalt. There might be limited trail, sandy beach boardwalk, plan for hills. I think every city has at least a bit of hill. So just kind of do a multi-purpose training. And most importantly is start slow, build up your mileage safely, and just get to know your gear. We have that full route support out there for you. So if you run into any troubles on the actual event, you will not be stranded.
Okie dokie. Any other questions at this point? Go ahead and put them in the chat. And then we are going to have some time at the end of the meeting to answer the rest of your questions as well. So thank you. We love all these questions. It's amazing.
Brenda asks if you have to use Facebook. You most definitely do not have to use Facebook. Unfortunately, that's where our groups live, because that's the best platform, or the most commonly used platform for group conversations like that. And you can use Instagram to fundraise. You don't have to set up a Facebook fundraiser. So no, you're certainly not required to use it at all.
Thank you so much. Alrighty. Well, we all have a reason why we walk the 3-day, right? And mine is that I'm a 19-year breast cancer survivor who was directly impacted by Susan G. Komen funding. My original treatment plan was to have 56 total chemotherapy infusions over a year and a half. But as I was about to begin the last 40 weeks of infusions, my oncologist told me that new research funded by Komen showed that I could have just 13 infusions over 40 weeks with the same results. That's huge. Because of funds raised by 3-day walkers that I had never met, I was given 26 more times that I didn't have to go to the hospital for treatment. 26 more days I could be home with my kids. This changed my life. Now is your chance to do the same for someone just like me, maybe someone you'll never meet, and that matters.
That is amazing, Anne. Thank you for sharing with us. I have worked with nonprofits my entire career. I love using my energy, experience, and passion to really make a difference in the lives of people living with chronic disease. That's why I'm so excited to be a part of the Komen 3-day. Susan G. Komen is an incredible organization, and the funds we raise as 3-day participants support the work we do. In the next 4 slides, we will share statistics about breast cancer and how the funds you raise make a difference. We'll pause to give you time to take notes or snap a picture of the slides so you can use this information to inspire and educate your donors. We will also share a link with this information on it as well. Worldwide, breast cancer is the most common cancer in women and the leading cause of cancer death in women. 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime, and there are more than 4 million breast cancer survivors and people living with breast cancer in the U.S. today. About every 2 minutes, somewhere in the world, a person is diagnosed with breast cancer. These statistics are scary, but walking 60 miles is a challenge we commit to in our determination to change them. Our footsteps are important, but it is through our fundraising that we have the most power to make an impact.
And yes, we really are making an impact. Improvements in early detection and treatment contributed to a 44% decline in the breast cancer death rate in the US between 1989 and 2020. 44%. That's an amazing number. You might be thinking to yourself, I'm just raising $750, $1,800, or $2,300, but you're part of something really huge. The funds we raise help and have helped Susan G. Komen's mission to save lives like mine and support those living with metastatic breast cancer by investing nearly $1.1 billion in breakthrough research. Additionally, nearly $2.5 billion has been invested in advocacy and patient support services, including patient navigation, education, information, resources, and financial support. Your fundraising dollars also support the Susan G. Komen Breast Care Helpline, which provides answers to questions about your breast cancer risk, emotional support, access to no-cost screening, mammograms, and diagnostic services, as well as financial assistance based on income eligibility and access to culturally responsive patient navigators. In short, you and your donors truly impact lives. These incredible facts can help your donors understand the difference they can make. And Coach Heather will drop a link to these printable Why We Walk documents right now.
That is such good information, Anne. Let's put all of that in perspective by taking a second to think about what you and I did today. I did a load of laundry, like every day, got my teens out the door to school, and walked on the treadmill, all before I logged into work and helped a participant sort out her Facebook fundraiser. Maybe your day looked similar, a combination of mundane tasks and little things to support our shared mission. On a bigger scale, on any given day, Komen has invested more than $250 million in nearly 590 research grants and over 70 clinical trials focused on metastatic breast cancer specifically. More than 1,800 potential treatments, more than 800 focused on MBC and aggressive breast cancers are being discovered and tested.
Well, this morning, as usual, I did my Wordle connection and strands, did my balanced yoga routine, and texted my 3 kids to say good morning. Once I logged in, I helped connect a newly diagnosed participant to resources through our Komen helpline. On any given day, nearly 600 new strategies to reduce breast cancer disparities are being investigated. Our research investments are guided by more than 50 leading scientists and advocates to ensure the patient perspective is incorporated. Gosh, I know we just threw a ton of numbers at you, but these numbers are important. They tell the story of what your fundraising dollars can achieve. These numbers represent individual people whose lives will be changed or saved by the money you will help raise for Komen, people just like me. We do have a downloadable printable document available for you to use in your fundraising, and Coach Heather will drop that link in the chat. Since 2003, are you ready for this? The Komen 3-Day has raised more than $915 million. The net proceeds raised by the 3-Day help Komen save lives and fight breast cancer, and now you're a part of it. You're going to live the rest of your life knowing that you helped make those advancements possible. You took action. You helped save lives. You chose to be part of the solution. What an incredible achievement to have as part of your life story.
Before we wrap up our presentation, let's take a minute to reconnect yourself to who or what brought you here today. I'm going to take a nice deep breath. I'm so glad we're on this journey together. If you have not yet registered for the event, please take note of our special registration discount code. If you have any hesitations, questions, or concern about registration or the event, please reach out to a coach, as we'd love to help you get registered. If you have already registered, share this discount code with your friends and family and encourage them to join you. We have a referral program. It's a great way to earn fundraising credits. If you invite one new walker to register to walk the 3-Day and they raise $500 by May 31st, you will receive a $100 credit in your 3-Day account. Recruit 2 new walkers who each raise $500 and you'll receive a $200 credit. And our brand new first-time walkers who raise $500 by May 31st will receive this cute little limited edition Komen travel toiletry bag. Coach Heather will drop a link where you can read more about these fundraising challenges.
The crew is the backbone of the Komen 3-Day. A crew member is a registered 3-Day participant who attends the event in a service capacity. Crew members do not walk the 60-mile route. They are on site during the entire event, performing a specific job. All 3-Day crew members, except medical crew members, have a $100 fundraising minimum requirement in order to participate. This is another great way to become involved in the 3-Day. Invite your friends and family, and Coach Heather will drop a link where you can reach out to Coach Kia for more information. In a moment, we'll get to more questions with the remaining time we have. However, we want to share upcoming events such as our Matching Gifts Coffee Chat, where we'll spill the beans on matching gifts, our New Walker Coffee Chat, which is an informal drop-in hour for new walkers. Coach Susan is hosting a Denver meetup and walk, and we have a terrific training Q&A coming up. These are all informal drop-in sessions, so feel free to stop in, ask your question, and drop off, or stay the whole time. We have so many cool things for you to be a part of. You can register RSVP for these and more upcoming events at the3day.org/calendar. And be sure to bookmark the 3day.org/calendar so you never miss an event so you can learn more about fundraising, training, and other 3-Day details. And again, Coach Heather will drop the link to the calendar. Your coaches, us, are also available via email, phone, and Facebook group. So if you have any lingering questions after tonight, please reach out, or just reach out to say hello. We love that too. And Heather's going to share our email addresses as well as links to all of our Facebook groups. Susan?
We'll also be in touch with you regularly via email and sometimes via text with important updates. We know that can feel like we email you a lot, but we want to make sure you have all the information to best prepare you for the event and to remind you of important details and deadlines.
We have a couple of minutes for questions, so we're going to go back to that routine. If you have a question and you want to drop it in the chat, please do that. If you'd like to raise your hand and come off mute and ask your question that way, we're happy to entertain that as well.
Can you guys speak to the average time to complete 20 miles, at least with the miles per hour suggested?
Typically, it's about a 20-minute mile. So you're averaging about 3 miles an hour is what you should train for. That's generally the pace that that most walkers train for. You're welcome. Carrie?
Sorry, me again.
Please don't apologize, Carrie.
Forgive me if you've already answered this question. My daughter kept coming in here while I was in this meeting. Is it the same route all 3 days? And about how many miles is it between like when you start and when you have lunch and then when you have dinner? Okay, so in response to your first question, it is not the same every day. You depart from the same place, Carrie, your camp, other than San Diego, which Stacy addressed earlier. You route, come back. The next day you leave, see a different part of the city and come back. Day 3, the same thing. In Denver, day 2 will be happening in Boulder. In Dallas, day 2 will be happening in Fort Worth. You don't have to walk there. You will get on a bus and they will take you to that other city. And you'll get off the bus, walk there, get back on the bus, and then go back to home base or go back to camp. Your second question was miles between. About every 3 to 4 miles, there's a pit stop or a grab and go. Lunch is midway through the day. The miles are different, Carrie, but imagine it's midway through the day. Okay. 9, 10, 11-ish miles in that way. But every 3 to 4 miles, there is something where you can stop, stretch, use a porta potty, refill your water, and get a snack. So yeah, the route support is amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Did that answer your questions, Carrie?
Yes, it did. Very much so. Thank you.
Of course.
Diane?
Diane, go ahead.
One of the people on my team had a question about music. When I did like the Avon walks, you weren't allowed to put headphones in on the walk, but you could have like a little speaker if you felt like carrying it. Is any music at all allowed on route?
You know what, Diane? The official answer is let's just say this. People do wear little speakers. We do ask if you are in a quiet zone, and that will be signified by signs if you enter a quiet zone that the music is turned off. We also request to please be cognizant of the people around you. Not everybody may want to hear that song. So as long as it is not at a volume that you're ear-shattering the walkers around you, and you're respectful, then it'll be fine. Does that make sense to you, Diane?
It absolutely makes sense. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure if we're training and we're using music that we don't get there and like no music allowed. So yeah, thank you.
Perfect. We do not, no earbuds or headphones are allowed on the route. You will be asked to step off. It's just for safety because you do need to hear what's around you. You're walking on city sidewalks where there are cars and traffic, and you want to be able to hear what's around you. Additionally, talking on the cell phone is something else that's not allowed. If you need to take a phone call, you'll be, please step off the route for the phone call and then rejoin.
Plus, there's just so many great people to talk to and to hear their stories, to share your story. And
all righty. Any other further questions, please email your coaches. We're backing up into our time here, and we want to be respectful of everyone's time. You have our email addresses. We would love to hear from you. Big questions about the event, email us, use the Facebook group. Those are perfect places to connect. We all know that 3-day can seem like a lot at times. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of fundraising, but it's your chance to save a life, to change a life. Think about the 500,000 walkers that came before you. Some of those walkers raised the money that saved me 26 infusions and changed my life. They didn't even know me. If you're registered, we are asking you to step out of your comfort zone and do one thing differently in your fundraising to ramp it up, or ask someone to join you on this journey. If you have not yet registered, we're asking you to make that commitment today. Think about why you're attending this meeting. Think about your why and register today. We all make time for the things that are important to us, and we ask you to make the time for this. Thank you again for being here. And as always, please feel free to reach out to your coach as we continue on this amazing, life-changing event together. Thank you for being here.